Hello my lovelies. Good morning to you guys. I just went ahead and finished feeding Eliana, trying to get a little burp out of her. She is super satisfied after having that morning treat. And what do you say? Time for mama to have her morning treat too? I think so. So let's make myself a coffee. But like I've been doing every morning lately, we're doing it one-handed. Top it off with a little cream. And now mama's got her sweet treat too. But hey babes, what is up? It's Haley and welcome back to my channel. We actually had a really good night. Eliana had full 3-hour stretches yesterday between her feedings, which for a mainly breastfed baby is super good. So dare I say, I am feeling energetic and perky enough to actually go ahead and do some stuff around the house today. In my last vlog, I did a decorate with me where you guys saw that we decorated this kitchen, finally completed our shelves, added some cute little decor elements, and I love this kitchen so much. But in that video, I did ask you guys to let me know which corner of the house you want to see me tackle next. And overwhelmingly, so many of you guys told me that you're upset that I never showed you how I decorated my bookshelves. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, if you're new here, first of all, hello, hi, welcome. I love to take on big projects by myself, especially ones that kind of scare me. And a couple months back, while I was still pregnant, let me say, I decided to take on an entire project of doing custom built-in bookshelves to add some charm and character into my dining room. You guys saw the completion of the project, but you didn't see how I ended up decorating the bookshelves. And I think today is officially the day. Together, me and you are going to become bookshelf decorating experts. I'm going to take you through all of my tips on how you can decorate bookshelves. And hopefully all of these tips are going to help you guys out also. If you have certain shelving, if you have certain bookcases or hutches in your home, you have no idea how to style them in a way that's pretty but also practical, then hopefully today's video is really going to help you out with that. If you guys want a little bit of an insight of my reality for the past, I want to say what, 6 weeks? Are you 6 weeks old? Yes, 6 weeks. I feel like she got so big for a 6-week-old to the point that none of her clothes are fitting her right now. This is literally pants that are meant to be long pants and they're like capris for her. Stylish little queen. You like wearing capris? So last night as I was breastfeeding with her, I was doing some grocery shopping through Walmart. It's truly the best to partner with on this video because we do Walmart grocery deliveries constantly, but I actually shop for Walmart for like all of my basic home needs, and especially in this stage of life, all of my baby needs too. Last night during my like 3 a.m. feeding session, I was just doing a bunch of browsing on Walmart and I added a lot of clothes to cart for her for 0 to 3 months now that she graduated the newborn size. They just arrived today, which is honestly why I love Walmart so much. I literally do shopping at like 3 a.m. and the next morning by 8 o'clock it's already at my door. I do want to unbox my new order and I'm definitely gonna need both hands for this, so let's strap you in. I'm just putting you down for a second, all right? Just a second. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly wrap her on me so that I can have my hands free. This is something that I've been practicing and I'm actually gonna use you guys as my mirror right now. We have gone ahead and given her the nickname Velcro Baby. Sleeping on me has truly become her favorite pastime. But it's so crazy to think with the third kid, you'd assume that there's not much newness or new things to discover, but it just goes to show how every single baby is so different. They all have different needs and as a parent, you've gotta adjust to them. Like whenever I saw my sister carrying her kids, I was like, oh, I'm never gonna have to do that. And well, here I am now. She does tend to get hot whenever I do this, so I just kind of keep her in her onesie for this. Hi, hubby. He would totally hold her in this case, but our car needs an oil change, which he's gonna need to take care of right now.
Yeah, because you're not gonna do it.
Yeah, no, oil changes, that's not my department. But there we go, that's our little kangaroo sack. Once she's at a point that she gets sleepy enough, then I can go ahead and set her down. Whether you just had a baby or you're about to have a baby, there are so many little essentials that you don't even realize you need until the last minute. Whether I lost her pacifiers or I need a last minute diaper delivery, they have everything you need at the most affordable prices. Let me quickly show you some of the baby essentials that I picked up. So I actually got a bunch of these little muslin blankets. These are kind of like the classic ones that you use to swaddle, but I love them for so many reasons. First of all, they are great nursing cover-ups if you're gonna be like nursing in public or going somewhere. They're a nice little baby blanket that you can kind of prop up wherever you go. These also work perfectly as a stroller cover too. If you are taking a walk and there's like some sun, these are great for that. And I mean, these patterns are just so freaking cute too. So I got a 6-pack of those. For those of you that have never seen these are Velcro swaddles. They are the best. It's like a little cocoon that you can put baby in. You wrap her up and then you just Velcro the sides so that it doesn't come undone. She has these in the newborn size, but like I said, I got them in the next size up because she's growing so quick. We got a couple washcloths for the shower. My girls absolutely loved the Man bottles. We are currently using the Even Flow ones, but as she gets older, she's gonna be needing to upgrade to a bigger bottle, so I really wanted to get these. And I saw that this one actually came in a gift set of 2 big bottles along with 3 small ones and pacifiers also in the prettiest purple color. It has an anti-colic system that keeps trapped air from being sucked in by your baby. Whenever my girls ate from this bottle, they like spit up less, they didn't have as much gas, so I love them for that. For I want to say maybe $25, you can get this new baby essentials kit, which has all of the little health and hygiene products that you're gonna want to use with your baby that you can try out without having to buy a full size. You've got some pain and fever medication, saline drops, which is great for the nose whenever you have buildup. You've got gas relief drops and gripe water, which is really good if your baby has colic. And then a little butt paste too, along with a nose aspirator. This is like that go-to kit that every mom should have at home just in case. And I even feel like if you're gonna do a gift basket for an expecting mom, having all of these little pieces like in the basket is such a good idea to integrate into the gift as well. My sister-in-law is actually having a baby in just over a month, so I wanted to go ahead and create a little gift basket for her as well. So I bought her the same mem set that I have because like I said, I love it so much. She's a neutral girly, so I just got her the set in the beige, along with some swaddle blankets too that I'm gonna add into her gift basket. The patterns on this one are so neutral and pretty. And then like I said, the main reason for my order is the new clothes that I got for Eliana. So I just got a couple little onesies in a 0 to 3 months. Look at how freaking cute. I'll tell you this, Walmart has amazing sales when it comes to baby clothing. The main brands that I love to shop on there are Carter's and Modern Moments by Gerber. They have the prettiest little onesies in the nicest patterns. I got a few t-shirt onesies for her as well. And then these Gerber onesies specifically I love so much. They come in the prettiest pattern and they're such a soft material. If you guys do want to shop any of these for yourself, I'm gonna leave all these links down below. They have such pretty options for everything baby related in this newborn stage of life, especially if you're nesting right now. Truly, Walmart is my go-to place. It is the first thing I think of whenever I'm missing something. Walmart is the place that I go to, whether it's things for the baby or even things for the house. I mean, even my coffee mug that I'm using is from Walmart. I think it was like $2 or $3. It's so pretty. Along with all the thrifted pieces I'm going to be styling on my bookshelf, there are a few Walmart items that I'm going to be showing you as well. So stick around for that. And that concludes my little 3 a.m. Walmart haul. And I think it was actually good that we did it because Eliana absolutely loves when I chatter and when I talk. I think it has to do with the fact that I just spoke and vlogged to you guys so much during my pregnancy that she got used to me just chatting away that we were actually able to successfully put her to sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and set her down and hopefully she'll have a nice long stretch so that I have a little bit of time for myself to do something I enjoy, like decorating. And we're going to get to decorating our bookshelves. Babes, a big welcome officially to my dining room. You guys have not seen this bookshelf area in quite a bit because I've been like putting off decorating this. I mean, I've dabbled a little bit into the decor, but I was never truly happy with it. I'm gonna take you guys through how I'm planning on decorating this bookshelf, not only for it to look pretty, but also have things that are functional about it. And we're gonna be doing this step by step together. So you guys can follow along with me. If there's any bookshelves right now you currently have in your house, you're like, how do I even start with decorating them? Hopefully some of the tips that I've kind of like made up or gathered will help you out, because right now you can see this dining room, it's feeling a little bit sad and beige. And just like we did in our entryway, I want to add a lot of charm, a lot of character, and specifically a lot of fall decor. In my dining room, there's actually a few elements I already want you to consider that I want to be adding into the bookshelf. Number one is dark woods. Dark wood and tones I love so much, especially in the fall time, and I feel like adding little touches of dark wood and brown throughout the bookcase will really help integrate the table and make it more cohesive. Another detail I'm going to be pulling from is our chandelier. Obviously, it's in a gold finish, and I do want to throw around a few gold finishes and gold touches into the bookcase as well, especially because the knobs on our bookcases are gold. And just like we did here, we're going to be adding some fall touches. So some fall stems, a lot of like deep burgundy colors as well. We're going to throw that right in to the bookshelf too. So the first thing you may be asking yourself is, what are we going to decorate the bookshelves with? I actually broke it down into a few categories of what you can integrate, but the main thing I want you to consider is that bookshelves are meant to be a collection of beautiful pieces along with practical pieces. I am actually going to be putting a ton of books that we actually read onto the shelf, as well as some decor. A lot of it I curated and thrifted myself, and then some of it I actually bought in store. Listen, I will tell you one thing, you guys will notice the majority of the decor on my bookshelves is going to be thrifted. But that being said, there were a couple little things on the Walmart website that I really love that I thought can add a touch of character as well. These are nice options if you haven't had any success thrifting. If you're gonna be putting food directly on wood, I personally, for hygienic reasons, prefer to get it new. Like this scalloped one is so pretty. It can even be a pretty decor piece if you want to lean it behind something in your kitchen. I personally cannot actually thrift ceramic dishware because my husband and I actually keep kosher, and kosher laws don't allow you to thrift ceramic pieces secondhand because there's a chance that the people who used it before put non-kosher food on it. So with that being said, I really wanted to get myself a new dinner set. Emphasis on new. And you guys are not ready to see how pretty these ones are. Are you guys ready to take in how pretty these sets are? I got two separate sets, each are a set of 4, and they cost under $60 for the entire set. Starting with this set over here, that is the Grandma set of my dreams. These are the kind of plates that I've been seeing at the thrift store that I've always wanted to thrift, but like I said, I'm not able to. You got a dinner plate with a little salad plate, and then a pretty bowl too. They had other color options, but I obviously went with the brown because I am a neutral girly. And in this floral collection, they have a bunch of other pieces as well. Like I got a huge salad bowl, along with this piece, which is actually a serving plate, you know, for those main courses, chicken, potatoes, whatever it may be. Like, how beautiful. This sugar bowl right here with the little bird on top, I thought is so precious too for my coffee station. Overall, such a gorgeous set. And then the other one that I got incorporates another detail that I've been loving right now, and that is scallops. Everything scalloped is so pretty right now, and this dinner set is gorgeous. This one specifically I'm going to be keeping for my breakfast nook because it's a set of 4, so it's perfect. Again, salad plate, dinner plate, and the prettiest little bowls too. So all of my dinnerware I'm actually gonna wash up and store on the bottom cabinets, so that way whenever we're hosting, they're very close to the table. We can set the table really easily because everything is kept right in there. But again, I mean, a $50 set that is as beautiful and high quality as this, truly such a good find. Starting with the first category, of course, a bookshelf. It needs books. I mean, some people may say that's controversial because these days so many people are decorating bookshelves with everything but books. We actually have a lot of Jewish and biblical books that we do want to proudly display on our shelf. My husband actually does a Torah study for a couple hours a day every single morning, where week by week, month by month, year by year, they are slowly going through a lot of these books. If you are somebody who doesn't have a big collection of books and you want some ideas on where you can get them, I would highly suggest going to the thrift store, find yourself some beautiful coffee table books, cookbooks, home decor books. You can definitely use books like these to style your own bookshelves. But in order to create some visual interest, I want to break up some of these books, group them together according to size and height, and kind of disperse them throughout the bookshelf so that we can get some of that visual interest. And even though I am grouping these books together, something I also like to do is sometimes lean one of the books so that it doesn't look too structured on the bookshelf. The next category we have is frames and artwork. And this is really going to be the things that help add the vibe of your bookshelves. Like I said, this could be a mix of newer pieces and thrifted ones. There's a bunch of art and frames I've collected over time. Some of my favorite are sketch art pieces, oil paintings I especially love. And like I noted, because we want to stick to this gold accent like we have in the chandelier, I specifically chose out ones that either have a gold frame or a black one to help with the cohesiveness. And this is actually something that you can totally DIY on your own. If you have a frame that's either black or silver, you can actually just go in with some rub and buff and change out the color. Or in this case, this piece that I found from Walmart, I'm actually going to style this one in my kitchen. I do really love the shape and the frame, but I do feel like the tone of the gold is a little bit too yellow for my liking. So in order to fix that, I'm just going to go in with some rub and buff, which is a metallic paint, and loosely apply it on with a little makeup brush. Once you buff that in, you can get the desired tone of the gold that you're looking for. And this is something that I love to do with my artwork all the time. This right here, you guys remember it from our entryway. This is actually an oil painting that I thrifted, but I wasn't in love with the frame because it just felt too yellow. So I went in with some rub and buff and gave it a more antique look. If you are looking for really good artwork and you can't seem to find one at the thrift store, this is one that I picked up from Walmart, and like, isn't the vibe of these two so similar even though this one is thrifted? I think this frame was maybe $10 too. And to add on these frames and artwork to the bookshelf, you actually have 3 options of how you could set it up. You could either lean it against the wall, hang it up with some nails or command strips, or my personal favorite is to go ahead and prop it up on an easel. These are just a couple easels that I thrifted on a previous thrift trip, and I love how this can help add some dimension and height to some of the pieces, especially if they are smaller frames. Adding them to an easel allows them to take up more space on your bookshelf, and it just looks a bit more curated too. And like I mentioned before, on these shelves we want to create balance. So instead of having all the frames be kind of clumped together, taking up too much of one space, you want to spread it out. So next we have vases and pottery combined with faux stems. This is actually one of the most important decorative decorative elements of the bookshelf, especially if you want to cater your bookshelf to a specific season. Swapping out your stems is the best way to do so. For example, I have this bunch over here that leans very spring and summery, and even this vase that I already had displayed on the bookshelf, it has a bunch of these faux flowers that were so perfect for the summer, but because now we're gearing into the fall, I want to swap them out for something more moody. So I already have some fall leaves going on in the entryway. So for the bookshelves, I wanted to do something a bit more simple, but it still falls within the fall colors. I picked up these rice stems from Walmart. I think they were like $2 or $3 a piece, and I'm gonna put them in this vase. The only thing you want to consider, this right here, not cute. Whenever you pick up faux stems, make sure to fluff them out. Most of the time they have like wire strips in it, so I like to bend them and mold them to look less structured and more like real stems. So adding curves, making them fluffy, and even playing with the height. Like these are too long, so I'm just gonna bend down the bottom part. Creating irregular shapes automatically makes these look so much more expensive, especially when you add them to the vase. I mean, come on, look at how pretty that is. And because of the fact that these stems are actually taller, I'm gonna be focusing it on the main shelves here. Either prop up the vases on the shelf alone or have them laying over top of a book. Again, a lot of my vases are things that I thrifted. This still has the thrift sticker on it, $1.99 for this piece. Category, and this one is probably my favorite. This is the part where we add in organic textures. So woods, rattans, wicker, glassware too. Most of these are the pieces that I have thrifted over time that added that much needed character and charm. You guys can tell in my home decor, I personally really like that rustic look, hence why I'm leaning more towards those dark woods, and incorporating these into the bookshelves, like I said, is gonna help tie in the dark table we have by splashing on some of that dark color onto the bookshelves too. Some of these elements can be decorative but also practical, whether it be storage boxes, little bowls, or servingware like this charcuterie board, or even these dark tone wine glasses. A lot of these pieces I actually really like to use in my hosting, so there's nothing better than propping them up right next to the dining table. And you know what, guys, I'm actually gonna add in this new plate that we got because it is just so pretty. Plus, if you notice, every single one of these shelves has a white element. There's a vase up there, a vase right over here, and then those white books in the corner, but this one doesn't have any white element. So I think layering this right behind the glasses can be a nice touch. Yes, I love that. Okay, and then the last category to finalize these bookshelves is going to be another decorative element, and that is candlesticks, candelabras, and lamps. Again, these are definitely pieces that you can curate over time with thrifting. One of the easiest things that you could find at a thrift store, and you want to make sure that these pieces all have really good variation. We have some of them that are metallic, like gold, to again tie in the gold in our chandelier. We have a few darker pieces that are taller, and then we have contained candles. These are ones that are pretty on their own and help you add a touch of color. Speaking of color, one of the easiest ways that you guys can also swap out the tone and the mood of your bookshelf for the season is to change up the colors of the candles you're putting in your candlesticks. For example, before I had these light green ones, which were really perfect for the spring and the summer, but now I definitely want to lean a little bit moodier. Burgundies, tans, neutrals, very much the colors that you would see in fall leaves. The combination of these are great to fill in whatever extra space you have on your bookshelves that feels a little empty. Fill it up with candlesticks. Adding a lamp could be a really fun touch too. The only thing you want to consider, especially on a bookshelf, is that the ideal kind of lamp is one that doesn't have an outlet and is chargeable or battery operated, because the last thing you want to see is messy cords distracting from all of your pretty decor. Oh my gosh, you guys, we did it! It is looking so good. I am gonna be so honest with you guys, this took a lot of trial and error. I only made sure to keep in the clips of what I actually liked, but if you yourself are decorating bookshelves and you're not rearranging things a million times, then you're probably not doing it right. Because as much as you could picture something in your head, only when you put it on the actual shelf can you visually see how it comes together. So to have all of our dishes away from dust at the bottom, but these pretty elements up top, pat on the back for us, we finally decorated these bookshelves in a way that I feel happy about. Is there anything you think I should swap out, possibly change? Because even though visually I like it, maybe I'm having a little bit of decorative blindness to some things that may not be working so well. But taking a step back and looking at this, let me just say I am so proud of my collection of beautiful thrifted pieces along with some amazing online finds. Altogether, we were able to decorate a space that is not only visually pretty, but also practical. A new corner of the house that has so much character and charm that I love. But as much as we did in this space today, I am definitely not done yet. There are a few touches I still need to add that I actually really want your help with. First of all, our curtains. You can tell that they are too short. I literally just put these temporarily because I've been breastfeeding in the house and I obviously needed that privacy. So I am going to be swapping out these curtains and I would love your opinion. Should we stick with these like neutral ones or should we do something different? I'm trying to figure out if I want to keep them plain or if I want to maybe get them in a darker color or maybe even a pattern or texture. But comment down below, should we keep them neutral and just get the proper length, or should I get them in a different color. Maybe a chocolate brown, or maybe even a sage green to add more color to the space. What are you guys thinking? And then the other thing I'm gonna need your help with is obviously a rug for this space. We haven't had a rug here in a while. I really just wanna make sure to get the right one off the bat. I am so exhausted with swapping out my rugs constantly because I'm so indecisive. I mean, totally normal, there's nothing wrong with that, but maybe you guys can give me some advice that I'll get it right the first time around. I wanna know from you guys, do you think we should lean more into like the vintage rugs? Or should we do maybe a fun pattern like a grid or a plaid? Or should we just do something completely neutral, like a washable beige one maybe? But I am so happy with how it turned out. I hope that you guys love it too. If you guys are watching up to this point, you know that you're the real MVPs. I love the ones who stick around all the way till the end. If you are watching up to this point, then comment down below beautiful bookshelves. I mean, unless you don't agree. I'm gonna be sure to link everything that is currently available right now for you to shop it down below, specifically at Walmart. Like I said, they've got beautiful home decor as well as all the essentials you'll need, especially if you are in that mom and baby stage of life right now. There's so many last minute things that I've always needed to pick up, like baby bottles or baby clothes, diapers too. And you guys, as much as he probably won't like it, let me know which corner of the house we should tackle next, because babe, at the end of the day, you have to admit that it looks prettier after every single video, even though there is a little bit of a mess left over.
Yeah, you guys see the nice part. You don't see the other side.
Where all the extra decor is and all the extra mess, which I should probably get to cleaning up because baby girl is gonna be up super soon. Let's just say this was a video that he liked that I did because there was no rugs involved and no heavy lifting. This was all me. But the next one is definitely gonna be more of you.
I should have been also no spending and also no garbage and boxes to deal with, but
you give and you take. That's what it takes to have a nice, pretty home. But we love you all so much. Thank you all so much for watching and cannot wait to see you
in the next one.